Welcome to Main and Center. This segment is being brought to you as a public service at WBTA for the wonderful folks at the Crossroads House. And today we are welcoming Diane Saya. It is good to see you again. How are things?
Oh, things are just wonderful, Chris, and great to see you today.
It's a pleasure, as always, to welcome you in because you're bringing new guests, and I always love to meet new people around the area. Last time we got to meet up, we were talking a little bit about the new Legacy Living Center. What is Legacy Living?
Legacy living is the meaning that commemorates our lives as we live them. You know, it's living your best life. It's what you stand for, the values that define your life, and possibly carry forward to the next generation. And my guest today, Helen Hulburt, along with her family, are living a legacy. Their legacy is staying connected and supporting a cause at the same time, and that cause is Crossroads House. For 20 years, the Hulburts, along with the Hesperus Lodge in Bergen, have been supporting Crossroads House by hosting the Van Hulburt Memorial Golf Event. This is at the Batavia Country Club later this month. And Van was Helen's beloved husband. So I'd like to let Helen share with you the rest of the story.
Wonderful. Helen Hulburt, welcome. And it's a delight to make your acquaintance. Thank you for coming in today.
Thank you for having me.
I want to learn a little bit about you. Obviously, with Legacy, Van has obviously left an indelible mark, and we're going to get into that. I'd like to learn a little bit about Helen Hulburt, though. Where are you from originally?
I'm originally from Avon, between Avon and Caledonia. My parents were farmers in that area and went to school in Avon and church in Caledonia, so we were between both towns.
Gotcha.
Yes.
And you graduated from that area, and where did you go to university?
I went to Fredonia State Teachers College.
And went on to become
was studying to be a music teacher, but fortunately I only went 2 years, and then we decided to get married and
met Van.
Van and I started going as juniors in high school.
Mm-hmm.
He was a student at York Central School.
Okay.
And we continued our romance.
Fantastic. So you guys would have been celebrating how many years now?
64 years.
Wow.
On August 3rd.
And you were together. He was here with us. For how many years did you have together celebrated?
Well, I can't really. 53?
53.
43.
43 years together. And it's a wonderful memorial golf tournament that's been going on for the last 20 years since he's been gone. And what was the inspiration? What made you decide, obviously losing him, but did you put it together? Who led the charge?
The Masonic Lodge of Bergen was looking for something for a benefit of that kind, and they chose it to be Van because he was also a master mason in the Bergen Lodge, and they decided to go forward with this tournament each year. The benefits would go to Crossroads House because many of the Masons themselves have lost people that did go to the Crossroads House, and they knew that was a wonderful place for the end of life for people.
He had a huge impact. I've always loved teachers because they leave a mark with each student that goes on into such a wide array of life. And we'll touch on one of the students that's helping with the tournament. But Van was not just a teacher. He was a guidance counselor, a golf coach. He was in Masonic Lodge, and the Hesperus Lodge is organized the whole event. They're running the whole show.
Right. Mm-hmm.
So that takes the onus off you. You can just show up and shake hands. And
well, I help out when I can.
Absolutely.
For different things. But yes, there's a wonderful team of workers that work behind the scene, and the day of the tournament, there's lots of helpers there.
There's a wonderful story in the flyer that's coming out. The event is August 19th at Batavia Country Club. One of the students who was Aaron McAdam, who was not a very good golfer, but he was his first golf coach, went on to Europe, the Czech Republic, where they only had 6 golf courses when he arrived.
Right.
And now they have
100 and some.
over 100 golf
yeah.
courses that he's helped establish.
Right.
146.
Okay.
And he's going to be the guest speaker at the tournament to talk about Van and his legacy. How does that make you feel, knowing that that's just one?
That's just one. There's many of his former golfers have gone on and done a lot of things, not only in our community but elsewhere. And so it's always a joy to see how many of the golf team that he used to have come out for this tournament, because they do it for the love of golf and also for the love of Van.
For Van, that's right. Now, you are still working.
Well, I work, yes. I'm a substitute teacher at Byron-Bergen.
Still going.
Still going.
Have the inspiration to keep going. I always loved it, too. I'm still going to keep going as long as I can.
I love the kids, and I'm pretty sure the kids love me. But
what's in your mind? We talked about legacy. What's Van's legacy in your mind?
Well, his love for children and family. And he always was ready to do for others and not thinking about himself, but he did for others and for his family. And that to me is just means an awful lot, because there's so many people that are selfish and not giving and want to be thanked for everything. Well, that wasn't the way his life was. He did it out of the love of people.
It's not about recognition. It never has been with you and your family.
Right.
It's more about what you can do for the community and just being involved. And around the table, your table was quite big in the Avon, Caledonia area. You are one of how many?
9.
9 kids. Wow. That's the way it was back then, though. Working the farm.
Right.
Now, your family. How many are in your family?
We have 3 children.
Okay.
And they're all married, and
grandchildren.
I have 10 grandchildren and 14 great-grandchildren.
So you got a legacy right there.
Yes.
They're all coming around. They're getting together for this stop by. Now, the tournament this isn't the reason they're coming, but you've made it kind of a reason to get together. Is it kind of like a little reunion?
Yes. Well, of course, not all of them can come, but our son lives in Texas, and he and his son will be coming and staying for a few days. But as of last year, no one could travel. So,
right.
And a lot of my daughter's families and college friends and high school friends all figure it's a great reunion for everything, as well as the benefit of Crossroads House.
Now, when your family gets together, what is it that your family is going to be doing to help out at the tournament? Like all sorts of stuff? Are you going to be running around and shaking hands? And
Well, it's just basically, everybody has their own little groups that they look forward to seeing and getting together. I have a nephew that lives in Saratoga Springs, and he and his family are coming. And it's just, it's a get-together that people are so surprised and happy to see.
With regards to COVID and not being able to travel, what is your message that you want to get out to other families that, maybe it's time we finally get together and to make it meaningful, impactful? What can you tell families to
Don't be afraid. If you've had been vaccinated and you feel healthy and everything, there's no reason not to come out and be with other people and show your kindness and love for that. We are so lucky to be able to have the vaccine and go about our lives. So don't hide in a closet. Get out there and enjoy.
And do something that Van would have been proud of,
right.
too. Contribute to the community in some way, shape, or form.
Right. You don't have to be the best golfer in the world either. Believe me, I'm not.
Now, from what I understand, it's closed. It's full.
It's full, yes.
Got a full tournament set to honor. That's got to be a nice honor right there. This will be the 21st annual.
Yes.
And I'm sure had he been alive, he'd be like, all right, I'm leading off. Make way, tea time. And did you play with him?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Did he have a favorite course?
Batavia Country Club.
That was his favorite?
Yes. Yeah? Yes. He worked there. He did dishes when he was 14 years old there, and then he worked his way up.
Oh, that's wonderful.
And his heart has always been very touched by Batavia Country Club.
Helen, anything else that you would like to tell the listeners, either about yourself, your family, or Van, or a message of hope during these troubled times?
Well, I just feel that we need to support the things in our community that are people that are working hard. And even though this day is a day of joy for our family, there's a lot of families that are suffering a lot more than we are, but yet we're not suffering. We're out to help other people. And that's what, in my mind, and our family too, is be kind to one another and help others, because this is what life is all about.
Helen Hulburt, thank you for taking the time to speak with us today about Van and about his legacy and, what families can do to impact the community in a positive way. The 21st annual Van Hulburt Memorial Golf Tournament will be taking place on August 19th, and Batavia Country Club. We'll see how the results are. Diane, what else, if anything, that you want to let people know about before we wrap it up this morning?
Well, I just want to say, Chris, that I love the example of the Hulburt family, and I know that other families in the community do the same. They find a cause, and together they make a difference. You know, our lives have value until we take our last breath. Every life has meaning. Every life has purpose. Find yours and give your heart to it.
Diane Syed, I couldn't say it any better.
Thank you.
Thank you. It's been a delight, as always. This segment of Main and Center has been brought to you by the Crossroads House.